Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And in today's video, I wanted to give you guys an update on T-Mobile's Band 71 rollout. I know with all these merger news, lost a bit of track of this. But on top of that, I also have a small update for you guys on the Sprint and T-Mobile merger. So these past few days, I've been hunting, tracking down engineers at the sites, and T-Mobile has been pushing these Band 71 panel swaps and additions. Some sites never had low band, got low band as well now with this panel. And I had asked the network engineers at the site a few questions. So these panels, as we already knew, it can do band 66, true band 66 AWS3. It could do band 71, and it can also do band 12. So this saves T-Mobile money because this panel can output all of those frequencies instead of having to add individual panels on the towers, and that's going to of course increase the rent as the towers gets heavier. So that was one. The other one that I asked is how fast are they doing it, and they are doing it very, very fast. They're doing 2 to 3 of these a day. So I'm going around tracking other sites, and either they got low band with this panel or they gotten the swap of the old band 12 panel, and they're adding the band 71 panel to that site to, of course, further expand capacity by adding a true band 66. Now, I know that's not available everywhere, but in this market in El Paso, we do have that spectrum available. So like I said, they are furiously rolling it out. Now, one question that I did ask, currently where they are placing these panels, they're leaving the band 12 panel up as well as the band 71 panel. Reason they're doing that, they said, so it doesn't degrade service. So while they're optimizing and turning on the band 71 panel, the low band panel, band 12, is still in operation at the time. And then once fully optimized and band 71 is operational, or the panel is operational period, then they'll go back to those sites and take down the band 12 panel. In my opinion, that is pretty smart way to go about it. But like I said, they are going through this at a very fast pace. Currently, the most active carrier in my area is T-Mobile. They have invested the most currently in this market, and all of these are coming with the radios that are equipped for 5G. So once they flip the switch, broad 5G coverage is going to come. It is not going to be fast, but there will be 5G in buildings and such, is what they're saying. So there's a lot of these, like I mentioned, there's a lot of these panels everywhere popping up, and some sites have already removed the band 12 panel, or they've never had low band prior, which is going to be anywhere from a 10 to 20 megahertz increase in capacity for the downlink. So that's going to be huge for this market, as T-Mobile has a very, very large customer base here. Alrighty, so we're on the last panel. Like I said, I'm still tracking this to the day-by-day basis. They are going through this very, very quickly. One of the fastest rollouts I've seen in this market. Verizon still has yet to upgrade their sites with the Quintel panels. So they're still lacking on a lot of legacy sites, but T-Mobile is really, really furiously rolling this out. So next, this leads me to my merger update. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard. I didn't want to show an article or anything because there's just news all over the place. 5 minutes, it's merger is killed, and then another 10 minutes after that, it's merger's back on. Dish is involved. So there's just a lot of news going around left and right. So I just want to say the most news that I'm believing right now from the sources that I usually follow is right now Marcelo and John are in DC, and the deal is heavily being discussed. It is moving forward in the right direction, so progress is being made. Also, it looks like T-Mobile cut a deal in private with the state AGs. So while we're awaiting the trial date of October, the state AGs will no longer pursue the TRO to keep the companies separate. They have agreed to keep everything the way it is, T-Mobile, until the hearing in October. And then once that hearing goes either the way of the states or T-Mobile and Sprint, and at that point is when they're going to start integrating the networks, which is, in my opinion, the right way to go about it. Kind of defeats the purpose of starting with the approval of the Department of Justice, integrating the networks, and then in October the states end up winning, and then you have to spend all that money to, you know, take apart the networks. I'm not saying that the states are going to win, but you're taking a risk because you never know what could happen. So that is just a small update that I had right now. There is a secret deal between the states and T-Mobile that they're saying, you know what, you don't have to go through with the injunction of the TRO. We're not going to integrate anything until the trial date happens. And then after that, whatever the judge decides, that's when we're going to start updating and upgrading the networks. So right now, we're still waiting on the Department of Justice. It's going to happen soon. They're going to approve. Both FCC and Department of Justice chief are Trump appointees, Republicans. They're going to approve it at some point. Right now, it looks like Dish's CEO is holding the deal hostage somewhat, as he feels like he's the only one that can make use of any of the assets, since he has already have a spectrum in his portfolio. So he's wanting a deal that favors him, and he wants a big discount. So the discussions that are ongoing right now, in my opinion, is just really between Dish and the Department of Justice and T-Mobile. I think T-Mobile and the Department of Justice are already on good terms. They already know what needs to take place. And the fourth carrier that will be created is probably going to be Dish. The other ones, they really haven't came out and said much more. It's really just between Dish, T-Mobile, Sprint, and the Department of Justice. So leave all your comments in the comment section down below. Let me know if you're seeing a lot of these panels being installed in your area. Like I said, I'm tracking it. I'm going to do more traveling. Also, right now, I'm testing AT&T. Soon, I'll probably be back on T-Mobile, maybe Verizon, just to see how all the networks are performing, behaving, and improving. I'm seeing a lot of small cells, so that I will also report back on as I learn more. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload content. And this is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.